Pappy got the property. It was made in a will many years before that. Old man Eli said Footney, they called him. Everybody called him Footney. If you, if I get down where you can see that I'm taken care of, and he was taken care of by Dad. He never spent any time in the hospital. I don't think he ever went to the hospital, for what I know. But he got down at home and got bedridden, but it was for a very short time, and then he died. And so Pap got all the property over there, which was only about 2 or 3 acres in the old big house. And Mama, she was afraid that the old house was going to burn down because it was so old. And somebody wired the thing after it come off the hill, and I done a terrible job. A lot of the wires were shining and all that. Had that old type of, see that twist in that wire up there?
Yeah.
It was wired with that kind of wire, the whole house was. So that kind of wire like that, it just isn't made for.
It could easily.
Yeah. And in the front of the house was 2 rooms. One of them was immaculate, beautiful room, never used. It sat there for many, many, many years with furniture in it and everything, and it was never used for anything. It was done up like a living room, the couch and all that stuff, and it just sat there. Eli and Leela, they never used it. Had no reason to go in there. They lived out in the kitchen and a little room behind it, and the bedroom they had in, which was all in front of the house. So they never used the back of the house where that big room was. And it was a humongous room. I mean, monstrous room. And I enjoyed going in there and walking around and everything, but they didn't want nobody to go in there. They said we're more or less sealed off. It ain't sealed, but it's sealed off. Don't want nobody going in there and sitting around or playing, or us kids want a place to go sit and talk with each other. No, leave that room alone. And it was left alone. We abided by their rules and regulations, more or less. But he was a man that he had 2 or 3 friends that ran with him, and he didn't have much to do with anybody else. He didn't have anything to do with me. I'd go sit down by him, and if I sat there for an hour, he might say 2 words. He just didn't communicate with me. It might have been the difference of the age, how that is. You don't want to fool with a little old kid. Go away, kid. And I guess he considered me that. But Bruce McKay, you ever know him?
I've heard the name. I just don't.
He was from, let's see, White Plains, and he lived most of his life over in Hopkins County, Morton's Gap and White Plains and different places. He lived over there. Well, he was older than me, probably double my age. When I was a little kid, he was driving, so he was way older. He was Papaw's buddy, and they ran together all the time, and they went fishing, hunting, everything together. And I wasn't included. I guess because I was so young. But that's just the way it was. Mama, she talked all the time, Leland. She just talked and talked and talked. Now, there were two of the people that, when I was a wee tot, believed the world was flat. Eli, he get mad at you. No, it says in the Bible, four corners. Four corners. The angel stood on four corners. A circle has no corners. Can't you read, son? Don't you understand? I said, that's not what it means. All it does is written right there in black and white, and I can show it to you. I said, I don't want to see it. I've read it, but it don't mean that. Well, Mama, we told her that the world wasn't flat. It was round. She said, well, you go to school, son. I never did go to school. I guess you know better. I guess you know. You're probably right. It's round. So we convinced her that the world was round. But Eli, he died believing the world was flat. That was in the early 60s when he died.
I can't blame him.
In there.
You can't blame him. That's
No.
you know. I
He
mean,
never knew. He could read just a little, but not much. Mama was the same way. They never went to school. Never did.